Good evening, everybody. Today I wanted to talk about my three boxers that I bring up every once in a while: Shawnee, Shayna, and Shasta. Shawnee was number 1 boxer, Shayna was number 2 boxer, and Shasta was number 3 boxer. Now, Shawnee we bought from a breeder, just a guy that bred his house dog, and then Shayna was adopted to us because of a divorce that someone had and they couldn't keep her. And then Shasta was running the streets. I've talked about him a whole bunch of times about how the city workers almost beat him to death, and when they did catch him and how they charged me all that money, $300 it got up to before I just said, you know what, I'm not paying that because I can buy a dog for that. And this was many years ago. But I tell you, just looking at these three, it just makes me tear up because I loved them so much. They were awesome dogs, and they were my house dogs. And Shasta, when he came to live with us, he was skinny, but we started calling him Moo because he got so fat. And we called him Shazzy, and his name was Shasta. We named him Shasta. But when we had got him, he was simply covered in ticks. He was so skinny. His nose had a disease where it was real dried out and cracked and pieces of it would fall off, but we just put Vaseline on it. You can tell by looking at it how it is. But anyway, he lived a very good life, and we probably had him for 7 more years maybe after we adopted him, and he was about 7 when we got him. And we did end up having to have him put down because he was paralyzed, and it was destroying his health after about a year. It was just, his body was deteriorating all over, but his mind and his face was super alert, and I sure did hate to give him up. But I had them all 3 cremated, and I still have all their ashes and urns in my house. But as soon as the intro's over, I will let you know some more about this story. So anyway, when Shasta came to live with us, we loved him. We loved them all to pieces. And we just gave him a great life, all of his life. We took him with us when we went bye-bye. We took him, we did everything. We played with them. We played with all of them. They played with each other. They had every toy they could ever want. Shasta had his own recliner. But the only issue we ever had with him was if a man came in the room with a cap on that wasn't my husband, he would lose his mind. He'd get so snarly and try to attack. But the poor thing, there's no telling what he had been through. And I just wrap my arms around his chest and hold on to him and tell the person, go outside, just to keep him from getting himself in trouble and eating them up. But that was the only flaw he had, and I do believe it was just what he had been through. But anyway, this footage you're seeing now, and there's where I take a break sometimes between my routes that I run. I was just taking footage of the girls, them doing their thing throughout the day. If you've not seen my channel from the beginning, I'll give you a little bit of a recap here if I've got time. I got these 2 little girls from a woman that had a house dog and her neighbor that they bred, and they are registered through CKC. They are microchipped. They are DNA and breed tested through Embark and Vet, and I am going to breed them in my own little tiny 2-dog breeder program if they come out to be healthy enough to carry puppies. And they will not be bred till they're over 2 years old. If they do, their health testing does pan out, and they will have likely 1 litter a year, if that, each one of them, and up to 4 litters each. But that's a long way off. I mean, the health of those 2 girls is my main priority. So this channel is about watching them grow up, watching their milestones, watching what they go through, what they do, how they look, how their coat changes, just their behavior. You get to see it all. You get to see them wrestling, and everything you see, that's how it is. If I cut anything out of it, it's because it's just too long. I mean, I just let you see how they've evolved from the time they were born before we even got them and they were still with their mamas. Today, I was trying to come up with some content and I just thought about my boxers. And actually, I went to a dealership today to look at a car, and that lady that was our sales rep was talking about these dogs she had adopted, and she was saying, she had 3 or 4 dogs she'd adopted through shelters, and they've all got behavior problems, but she found it endearing, and, they were pit bulls, and some of them were a rat terrier, they were different kinds. And I could tell by the way she reacted when my husband showed her our doodle pictures that she was one of those people that doesn't think a person has a choice to get a dog from a breeder if they want to. People are super funny about that, and I respect everyone's opinions. Whatever they want to do is up to them. But I did my time with taking in dogs, and I did not regret it or resent it one bit, taking in dogs that other people had destroyed or neglected. But with my doodles, yes, I did on purpose buy all 3 of them, and I'm happy I did, and I will not apologize for it, and I'm happy to share them. And they're just as goofy and silly and loving and beautiful and precious and smart as they can be. I hope I don't fool around here and record over it, but today when I came home from work, Pet Dad was busy, and he had put the doodles in their crate while he went outside and mowed or something, and I went in there to let them out, and they both talked on camera, and that is super hard for me to get them to do when it's daylight, because they're just shy about it. It's like they know the camera's there, but I'll go in there in the morning real early, and I'll say, hello, and Boujee will go, hello, or they'll say, hi, and they'll try to say hi, and they squeak. Well, you'll hear that, a little bit of that at this if I don't mess around and record over the top. Another thing happened today is I was loving on Boujee about 3 o'clock. No, it was about 4 o'clock, and I discovered that she had fever in her ears again. She just ran a course of ear infection medicine, and it's back. So the vet was awesome, and they just waited for me to run up there because I'm very close to them. I ran up there, and they got my prescription together, and they said if this doesn't do it, they're going to have to have her come in again, and they'll probably have to put her on steroids. They had to do that to Roxy not too long ago. I'm carefully watching while I'm telling you all this stuff just to make sure that I don't go too far where you don't hear Boo saying hello. So yesterday, Roxy got her feet dremeled. And that's what I'm doing there. I'm showing her. I probably was getting ready to brush her hair. She's super curly. And I showed at the end of that brushing how much hair I got out of one brushing. I may have not even got her brushed the day before, but she has like a teaspoon size little ball of poodle hair that came out. And that's the same way the girls are. If I get anything, which Roxy's a girl too, but I mean the puppies. If I get anything in the brush at all, it's usually if I don't brush daily or if it's getting time for grooming, because the longer their hair gets, the more that you got to brush the poodle hair and get the loose hair out, or it's going to turn into a big mat. These dogs are very low shedders, all of them, I have to say. But Roxy's spayed, if you don't know from watching the videos, and she will never have puppies, but the girls will if they are healthy enough to have puppies. I already said that I talked to the reproductive vet, and they can do their OFA testing at 1 year, preliminary testing, and then do it again at 2 years on them. And so 1 year old, they'll be in November, and I'll get the appointments set up then. I may call before and get it set up. That's what we're doing here on this channel. In the mornings, I usually get them up hour and a half or so early and feed them and make sure they go potty before I go to work, and I give them time to play because they do have to be in their crates, even though their crates are huge, and there's a little bit of a walking around area between them. Now Roxy gets to stay out because she's 3.5 years old and she doesn't bother anything. I don't think that the girls would, the puppies, but they're just still puppies, and I don't want them to chew up my leather couch or anything out of boredom. But really, we usually don't have any trouble with anything, with them chewing on anything, because they have their own rubber boots They have their own tennis shoes. They have their own 2x4, a lot of chew toys, a lot of nylon bones, a lot of raw bones that you can get at Kroger. And they just chew on that stuff. Sorry, I had to cut the video off. I was getting a little bit of a sneezing attack. Yeah, Boujee, it looks like she's developing an ear infection. I think that it never did go away, the one she had in her right ear. So she's still got medicine, and I'm going to continue to give her that. I'm going to call the vet and get a refill and let him go ahead and check the tissues that I swabbed in her ear, but I'm sure that's what she's got. Had a little experience with that, with all the doodles. Pretty soon, you'll see where I came in today. There's some stuff I spray on all their hair to condition it while I'm brushing, by the way. Today I came in and I was letting the doodles out of their crate because Pet Dad was mowing. And you can plain as day hear Boujee and Paris saying, hello, hi. Now they do that all the time, but I rarely can catch them on video or on audio, but I had them on both today. They usually, if they see that camera, they stop talking. But I'm going to stop talking now myself, and I'm going to let this video go ahead and play out. You can watch Roxy get her hair brushed. When you see me heading toward the pet crate, start listening carefully because you'll hear them say hi. And Boujee tried to say hi, and her voice got real squeaky right at first because she's not used to her voice yet. That's the way Roxy used to do when we trained her to say, I love you. If you look back on the old videos, you'll see the videos of Paris and Roxy talking, and there is no question they're saying, I love you and hi. So that's going to be it for right now. I may have more to say after the rest of this thing, but just watch until you see me starting to let them out. Let them out of their crate and listen for them to talk. Hopefully I'll have more content on the next video. Hopefully I'll have time to get one up tomorrow. If not then, it'll be the next day. Just hang with me and watch me finish up brushing Roxanne and what else the doodles do. And I'll talk to you soon. I did have a little something else I just thought of that I wanted to say. I know it's, I'm very upfront with what's going on with my channel and my girls, my Boujee and Paris, and they are going to be my breeder females, but they're my house dogs. They're loved. They're loved as much as any dog I've ever had. I know people who breed dogs have to start somewhere, and I do know some stuff. And what I don't know, I am getting advice from mentors and from veterinarians and vet techs and studying. I've taken Breeders Boot Camp. I'm taking other online courses. I'm learning. I'm doing everything I can do because I want to raise the best quality dogs that I can. And if they're not health tested to that point, that is for sure not going to happen. That's why I keep sharing their health testing and their health information, because I want to be upfront with what I have tried to do, every effort I've tried to make to raise quality golden doodle dogs that are health tested, breed tested, vet checked, everything, everything they need, they have. They visit the vet. They're healthy. They're healthy on paper. So just wanted to put that in there. I'm very down to earth, as you can tell. I'm just me. I love my dogs. I love people. I want to share with people. That's my goal. I want to share with people, and all of the effort lost, judging people that want to do well about raising dogs. I just don't have time for it. And I've not had much of that. Very, very little. I read a lady saying the other day, she's a shelter worker, and she said the reason the shelters are full is not because of breeders, because a reputable breeder will take back a dog that's just not a good fit for a person. They'll take them back and rehome them themselves. She said most of the reason the shelters are full is because the no-kill shelters get full and people just get dogs in general, and they don't, they're getting divorced, they can't handle them, they do this, they do that, and they take them to the shelter, which that's what they're supposed to do, but it's always getting blamed on dog breeders. And I will say puppy mills are of the devil, in my opinion, but, that there's a lot that I could say about that, but I just want to tell people that are not familiar with my channel, this is what I'm doing with this. Everybody gets to watch the doodles in their natural habitat, just like in the wild. Not really, but that's what my goal is for my channel. And there's Miss Paris laying on the floor, chewing on her feet and looking around because she knows she's going to get her feet dremelled probably, and she's bracing herself. Boujee already got her feet dremelled. And I didn't film it because it's impossible to dremel and hold the camera. My GoPro's always dead. The batteries don't last long. And that's why I have dremelled and videoed it, but I did not do it on this. Haven't got Paris done yet, so if I can talk Pet Dad into doing it for me, I will. Look how sleepy my Roxy is. She's just looking rough there. Do you know we've about decided we're going to probably take her to Boujee and Paris's groomer. Maybe the time after this time. They've got an appointment Monday. So here we go, watching the girls come out of their crates. I'm going to let you hear it. Hi! Oh. Well, hello! 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 Good girl, Boo. She said hello. Hello! Hi! Why. You ready to get out? Hi, Paris. Hi. Good girls. You guys been good this morning? Hi, Boo. Hi. Hi, Paris. Hi, Roxanne. So that was our girls saying hello and hi. I don't know what that purple cast is on their hair unless that is from the television. This video is just about over. I just wanted to show you the girls today and let you know about Boo's ear infection and just our typical day with the doodles. So we're about to go out and finish doing a little bit of outside work and let the girls run around in the yard and play. And hopefully tomorrow I'll get something together for you. And I'll see you on the next one. And I thank you all for watching from Brazil, India, Canada, America, everywhere you're at. It means the world to me. I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I'm not an expert. I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not a nurse. I'm not even a vet tech. These videos are just about my experiences, and they're for entertainment purposes only. My experiences with my doodles, I love to share. So Boujee, Paris, and Roxy say bye, and we will see you tomorrow or on the next one. Thanks.